right, here we go. Question 25 from our Precalculus, homework number 11. In MyLab Math, they want us to find an equation of the hyperbola described. They have given us the center, focus, and vertex. And the first thing I would like to do is copy this information down in my Scratch work. All right, so now that we have the information copied over to our Scratch work, the thing that I need to draw your attention to first is that the x-coordinates of all three of these points are identical, and that's going to indicate which column we're going to use in our formula sheet. All right, so if we scroll up to the hyperbola information sheet, notice that for a vertical transverse axis, the x-coordinates for the center, vertices, and foci are all h, which would indicate that they all have to be identical. And so this means this is the formula we're shooting for. This is the standard form that we're going to be using. Okay, so what information can we conclude? Well, from the center, we know that the x-coordinate is h, the y-coordinate is k, and so that gets us 2 of the 4 pieces needed to write the equation. We are also given a vertex of 0, -5. The formula for the vertex in this case would be h, k plus or minus a. And since this y-coordinate is negative, that indicates that this y-coordinate from the vertex is going to have to be the smaller of the two. And so what can we conclude? Well, we can get from that k minus a must be -5, but we know that k is 0. So replacing k with 0 will allow me to solve for a, giving us a is 5. And from the focus, the formulas h, k plus or minus c, knowing that this value is positive, is going to indicate that this is the k plus c value. Again, k is 0, so replacing k with 0 is going to tell me that c is 9. If I know a and c, I can find b, and then I'll be done. So using the Pythagorean relationship, c squared equals a squared plus b squared, 9 squared is going to equal to 5 squared plus b squared. We need to minus 5 squared from both sides. And 9 squared minus 5 squared on our handy dandy calculator is going to give us 56. Now remember, you don't need to square root that. What we actually need is b squared. We also need a squared, and a was 5, so that'll give us a 25. And now with the values of h and k, we can write our equation. All right, so what I've done is I've copied the equation we're using based on the transverse axis here. And y minus 0, that's going to give us y squared over a squared minus x minus 0 is just x squared over b squared equal to 1, and we're done. And now we need to go check this in our MyLab Math. Now, notice the way they have this set up. You've got your 2 boxes that you need to fill in on either side of the minus sign. And so we're going to click in the first box, and we're going to make that a fraction, and that was y squared over 25 and in the other box as a fraction, that was x squared over 56, and checking that, yay. And we do also need to select the correct graph. All right, so looking at the answer choices, we see that answer choice A has a horizontal transverse axis. Answer choice B also has a horizontal transverse axis. But then answer choice C and D, both of these have vertical transverse axis. And if we go back and look at the notes, the column we were using was the vertical transverse axis. So that means that we can limit our choices down to C and D with the vertical transverse axis. And with one other piece of information, we can figure this out. That is the vertex. So if we look at the scale for answer choice C, that goes down to 20. So is that by 2s? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, the scale there is by 2. So then that would be 2, 4, 6, looks like 7 or 8 for the vertex for answer choice C. But then on D, it's 2, 4, 5. So answer choice D is going to be the answer choice that has the correct transverse axis and the correct vertex. And that's going to do it for this problem. So if you have any questions or comments about anything covered in this video, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.